Hi everyone, I am Coach Keon Smith and welcome to another episode of the Who's Who in Guyana Business TV Show. In this episode, of course, you will continue to get tons of nuggets about how you can improve yourself as a professional and your business. We will also be hearing from our coaches as they speak on being a part of a Road to Growth program and delivering that program from Coach Upasna and Coach Prem will speak about processes and how these can really help you to get the results you're looking for, especially being a part of our management master classes. So of course, stay tuned as you receive those nuggets so that you can take them to action and help yourself on your path to personal and professional development.
Coach Upasna speaks on the Road to Growth program and how it has impacted her journey.
Hi, my name is Coach Upasna and we'll be talking about the Road to Growth program. The Road to Growth program was created by the Sherry Blair Foundation for Women and it is being offered in Guyana since 2021. What's the Road to Growth program? It basically is for women entrepreneurs that you enroll in this 7-week program and you learn of how to grow your business. It's actually building out a growth plan for your business. Now, 7 weeks, we probably think, oh my, that's a long time. But I can personally tell you that the 7 weeks goes by very, very fast. I was actually the pilot batch for this program when it kicked off in Guyana. And the experience that it was going through this program was one that will be a lasting impression in me. Why so? Because I met, among my batch was 25 of us. I met 24 other women that were passionate about their business, and being able to interact with them, building my network and hearing the stories and us sharing our experiences, and of course learning from each other. It was one that was remarkable. The program, it's one that is very intense, I will not lie, but because you have to really do the work. It is one that you require to put the effort in order to see the end results. Now, coming before you today is that I have finished that program and I'm now actually one of the facilitators for this program. Being on the other side of it, on the flip side, it's one that a whole new experience once again, because now I am delivering the content to these ladies. I have been a part of delivering that content since 2022, and the stories, the networking, all of where it is that these women come to you and tell you about their business and actually sharing their experiences and their challenges, of course. The challenges, I can tell you, some of them when you listen to it, I'm appalled to know that really, do they really face this? But it's all part of life and we have to accept where it is. Now, where it is we're in the program, you learn about simple things on putting your vision, your mission, having strategic goals, being able to ensure that you put SMART goals. And those things some are very new to these businesses, because the businesses that are sitting in the room are SMEs. Some of them for the very first time, they're like, what's a vision? Like, oh, like, what's that all about? So they're learning to craft their own vision, being able to craft their goals, because some of them, yes, they have a business, but then they have never set goals for them so that, they can grow because they haven't set the SMART goals for themselves. So being able to interact with them, sharing the knowledge with them, and them having that moment of building all of this out, it's one that tremendously helps them. It goes into talking a bit of finances in terms of your income statements, your balance sheet. Now, I can be rest assured, when I did the course, I was not sure what these statements meant. Like, how do you understand? I just feel like it's a bunch of numbers on a piece of paper. But actually being in the course, I understand what it is that, what's an asset, what's a liability, breaking it down into your net profit and gross profit and all of you understand the language and, oh, this is what it meant. So all of this is that, and then being able that, it's essential for us to put our numbers down, because some businesses, they are in business, but they're not writing like what's coming in, what's going out. Simple as that. They're not being able to do that, having an inventory, being able to say how many sales I made for the day. They're not even writing that down. So that kind of put them in a disadvantage, because when it is that you want to approach financial institution, you end up having a difficulties, because all these financial institutions require for them to be able to know your numbers in the business, because they want to know, are you profitable or not? Because of course there's no free money out there that's sharing out, right? So you have to be able to learn to write down, keep receipts also. So something as simple as that, was actually a moment for them, like, oh wow, this is very important, or they learned the importance of it. Then by going into the course we've had in terms of how to market themselves, being able to learn about the 4 Ps. Now, being in terms of 4 Ps of marketing, in terms of the place, the price, the product, and promotion. Now, they have their business, but then they're like, oh, I don't know how it is that I can increase my sales. Now, with learning about the 4 Ps of marketing has certainly given them that drive, that, how to put my business out there, how it is that people can know about it, and being in the right place, or knowing your target segment, and being able to know that I'm going to actually be promoting, or am I actually placing my ads on the right social media platform, so that persons would be able to see who I am trying to connect with. In the stories of it all, by dealing with these women, over 250 women I've dealt with within the last few years. Now, you have seen tremendous growth with some of their businesses, where they have actually started to market themselves, and as of obviously have increased their sales. We've gone to the fact of alluding of where it is that participants actually came together because of how it is that they're doing similar businesses, because we do have similar businesses in the room. So what they did is like, here, we can come together and make it one business, and in that way both ladies run their business, and they can be able to serve a larger audience. So that made more sense to them, where it is who are doing scents, like in terms of having different fragrances. So they collaborated with persons in terms of candles, because candles, you put different senses now in it. So they realized that the two of us can collaborate and be able to expand the business even further. You're having persons where it is that some of them they're doing t-shirts, like, okay, they want to, the thing now is like wearing t-shirts with printing and having similar matching, or printing for a specific occasion. So we found that persons who were in that line of business actually collaborated with persons that actually have printing, who are actually doing the printing, who have the machines to do that. So they collaborated together, and they're doing business together. So the networking that they have met, and then and what makes it even more is that they build a connection. And what's happening is that they talk to each other, so they draw strength from each other. When it is that they're feeling very low, sometimes with business, it could get challenging. When they feel at that point in time, I don't want to do this anymore, they talk to each other, because they became friends. They talk to each other, and they talk it through, and being able to help each other, so that they will stay in it, being resilient, staying on top of their game, and being able to continue their business and making it a successful one. So the Road to Growth program is one that tremendously helps women entrepreneurs and to grow their businesses. So many persons, they come in and said, oh, I'm a small business at the start of the course, but we changed their mindset to saying it's not a small business, it's a growing business.
Visit Ali & Sons in the Movietown Mall. It has hundreds of items for you to choose from at the lowest prices and from all the top brands. Get a wide range of refrigerators, washers and dryers, microwaves, stoves, small kitchen appliances, musical instruments, and home entertainment systems. Flat screen TVs, hardware items, plumbing, a huge selection of tools, speakers and amplifiers, and lots more. We offer convenient payment options. Not sure about a product? Speak to one of our professional sales associates associates. They will answer all your questions. Our Movie-Town store is larger and more comfortable to shop. You can also visit us online at www.alansons.com. Everything is in stock and ready for delivery. ALA & Sons, making life better one day at a time.
Camille's Academy, Inc. We are the premier provider for private education in Guyana, and through our mission, our excellent team delivers a well-balanced curriculum that integrates technology and innovation to our educational programs to inspire children to reach their highest levels of success. Check us out at any one of our 4 locations or contact us today. Enroll now for nursery, primary, and secondary level. Camille's Academy, Inc. Be inspired to innovate.
Discover a whole new level of engine performance. Ready for the twists and turns. Ready for the road less traveled. Ready for the unexpected. Ready for the thrill. Extreme performance. Hyundai X-Tier.
It's important to know these disc styles so you can begin to better understand the people around you. It's also important to understand that we are all a blend of these styles. Sure, we can adapt those blends based on our environment or when a specific situation calls for one style over the other. But more often than not, we've all got to accept our DISC and learn to live, work, and play and accept these basic truths. So there you have it. We're all different, but we are predictably different.
Up next, Coach Premendra Parsan speaks on the Management and Sales Masterclass course.
All right, my name is Premendra Parsan. You'll know me as Coach Prem. And today we're going to talk a little bit about the Sales Masterclass program. See, the Sales Masterclass program is one of those programs that we have put in place for those sales professionals. We have a list of programs that we have, 12 weeks masterclass programs that we have for persons who are interested in sales, who are interested in management, and later we're going to introduce 12-week programs for business owners, people who are looking to get into business. Finally, we have a couple of others, which is marketing and leadership. So look out for those programs. So the 12 weeks programs, you may ask, why 12 weeks? 12 weeks, it's really so that the participants that goes through those programs, they develop the habits, the disciplines to do what is needed to be able to get better at whatever program that they are teaching, that they're going through. So the Sales Masterclass programs are tailor-made for sales professionals. Those individuals who are looking to get better at sales. You may be in sales for a long time and you're just winging it. You're, by the hip, you're good at sales, you have the gift of gab, and you are really good at sales. You want to have a structure. Those persons who are looking to take it to the next level, you want to have a structure, especially if you're building out a team. You want to get some more persons with you and you're leveraging your ability. So if you're that type of person, you have a team, you have the experiences in sales, the Sales Masterclass is perfect for you, because what it does, it introduces a process for you. So you know the importance of collecting your customers' information. That's the first thing. You don't collect your customers' information, that's the first thing that you need to do that. So if you are taking notes, first thing, number one, start collecting your customers' information. That's gold for you. So as you go through the program, we are going to go through step by step, taking you through the process of how you can be able to develop a process not only for yourself, but for your team. So what happens at the end of this course, you'll have a process that your team will be able to use so that they can be able to get better at sales. Now, some of the things that we have developed, another thing that we've developed in the program are scripts. You'll need to be able to understand what are the type of conversations that you'll be having with your team. You'll have to be able to improve your communication ability. Now you may feel as if, yes, I'm really good at communication, I understand people, but there are certain things that you can be able to learn about that give you that 1% more. And that is what we're talking about, that 1% increase in your ability to achieve your targets. And that is what we're here all about, being able to improve our ability to achieve our targets and to be able to desired outcome or lifestyle that we want for ourselves, for our team, and so forth. So the Sales Masterclass program is a compact, intense program that you'll be able to develop a process and go through the learnings. Some of the things that we've gone through in these programs, and for some of the participants, what they've experienced is we measure everything that we go through. So your conversion rate becomes a number that we look at. And you may ask, what's the conversion rate? Your conversion rate is the number of persons that you would have spoken with and actually bought from you. Are you measuring that number? And for many of our participants, when they begin to measure their number, they're often surprised at how low that number is. So task 2, or the takeaway for this video, is to be able to measure your conversion rate. And your conversion rate will give you that indication that what you need to improve on, whether it is how you are connecting with your prospect, whether it is the research that you need to do to be able to have a good introduction to that prospect, and be able to build rapport. So those are 2 things that you can be able to get out of the program. In some other videos, you'll be able to get some other tips on how you can be able to improve your sales process. But look out for the other 12 weeks masterclass programs. We'll have the Business Masterclass program coming up on just this Friday. I think it's the 17th of May. So you can join us right at Ramada Hotel, and you can be able to be a part of that program. If you're a business owner, join us for that 12 weeks Business Masterclass program. Another course that we do is the Management Masterclass program. And this is a unique program because it's tailor-made for that individual who has gotten really good at their job, the technical aspects of their job, and they're really skilled at it. And what has happened is that the management or your leadership has decided that you are suited for a management position. They want you to step up the organization to the next level so that you become responsible for persons now doing that particular job. They've seen you get really good at it. Now they want to be able to multiply that skill. And you may find yourself in that position. Here is the challenge. Just like in Top Gun, you probably would have seen the movie Top Gun, where Maverick was a really skilled pilot, right? And he was comfortable in that position. That is where we find ourselves as skilled technicians. We're really good at the job and we really want to do that job alone. We don't want to elevate ourselves to a leadership or management position where we're responsible for other persons. And that's where the challenge is for many of the participants that join our program. They've become really skilled and they love their job, but now they have a responsibility for other people. And management now becomes a key of where you are. The focus of management now becomes the individual who's sitting at the table. You're responsible for leading them and making sure that you understand each individual. See, in our program, what we do, we work with individuals to give them a plan, a process that they can use to be able to hold these persons accountable. You see, a key principle in management is you as a manager or a leader, you give responsibility and you give authority to that individual. And what you accept or what you're expecting from those individuals is accountability. And it is your confidence in applying that simple principle. It's not as simple as, the application is not as simple as the theory, but it's a theory that works. So being responsible for those individuals, it means that you need to improve your communication ability. It means that you have to be flexible to understand the individuals that are sitting around that table or on your team. You see, some individuals will need that hard talk, and some individuals will need that affirmation, that encouragement. But it's your emotional intelligence that you'll need to develop so that you can connect with each one of those individuals, leading them down the road that they can be able to achieve their goals and their objectives. You see, in management, it's all about helping your team members, just like in the military, helping your team members, your fellow brothers and sisters achieve their goals so that you can be able to achieve your goals. So it's a win-win scenario. That is what we're looking to get out of out of management. And that's what we work on in these management the 12 weeks management courses that we've done. We've gone through a couple, we've gone through about 3 or 4 of these courses with managers who are looking to step up their skill set and their abilities. So as you look to be able to improve your abilities in management and making sure that you get results, and also given the limited resources that we have, that is the balance that you'll need to find in management. Improving the skill set of your individuals, of the team members, and also maximizing the efficiency, the resources that you have, right? And that is another concept that you'll need to understand. Some takeaways that I'd want you to get out of this video is, 1, learn what are the key accountability measures that you'll have or you'll expect from your team members. And secondly, a simple thing as a to-do list, a daily to-do list, will help your team to be much more accountable. Those are two to-dos that I want you to take into consideration as you look to improve your efficiency in your management role. As some of the other programs that we have that are coming soon are marketing, the 12 weeks marketing program masterclass, the leadership masterclass, and also we're starting on May 17th our business masterclass. The business masterclass will be suited for those individuals who are in business. You're starting your business, you want to know the fundamentals of growing a successful business. You've now started, you have no idea what to do, what to get started, what are the essentials that I'll need to focus on. And this is where we provide that guide and that plan for you to make sure that you focus your attention and your resources on these particular areas. You see, in these masterclass programs, it is not about jumping on YouTube and we look for these videos and we find all videos all over the internet. That's fine, that's free. But if you're able to get tailor-made, direct things that you need to focus on, that is what these programs are all about. So join us in our management masterclass programs so that you can be able to know exactly what to focus on, improve your ability to manage, improve your ability to connect to the individuals around you so that you can be able to get better functioning and performing in your role as a successful manager. I'll see you in the next one.
Visit Ali & Sons in the Movie Town Mall. It has hundreds of items for you to choose from at the lowest prices and from all the top brands. Get a wide range of refrigerators, washers and dryers, microwaves, stoves, small kitchen appliances, musical instruments, and home entertainment systems. Flat screen TV, hardware items, plumbing, a huge selection of tools, speakers and amplifiers, and lots more. We offer convenient payment options. Not sure about a product? Speak to one of our professional sales associates. They will answer all your questions. Our Movie Town store is larger and more comfortable to shop. You can also visit us online at www.alansons.com. Everything is in stock and ready for delivery. ALA & Sons, making life better one day at a time.
We are the premier provider for private education in Guyana, and through our mission, our excellent team delivers a well-balanced curriculum that integrates technology and innovation to our educational programs to inspire children to reach their highest levels of success.
Check us out at any one of our 4 locations or contact us today.
Enroll now for nursery, primary, and secondary level. Camille's Academy Inc. Be inspired to innovate.
Discover a whole new level of engine performance. Ready for the twists and turns. Ready for the road less traveled. Ready for the unexpected. Ready for the thrill. Extreme performance. Hyundai X-Tier.
It's important to know these disc styles so you can begin to better understand the people around you. It's also important to understand that we are all a blend of these styles. Sure, we can adapt those blends based on our environment or when a specific situation calls for one style over the other. But more often than not, we've all got to accept our DISC and learn to live, work, and play and accept these basic truths. So there you have it. We're all different, but we are predictably different.
Up next, Coach Upasana and Coach Keon speak on their business coaching journey together.
Coach Keon, in your 6 years of being a business coach, what is the driving force behind this?
I might just want to run to say that passion is a driving force, but that is very cliche. I believe what keeps me going is the ability to see the transformation that happens when you work with a client or a member and you're able to help them to transform themselves, their businesses, and the environment in which they have a direct and an indirect impact with. So I think just seeing that transformation and seeing the results and them having a smile in their face, have a business that is working without them to a great extent, them being able to go on a vacation, those are the elements that really fuels what I do, and I get up every day to get it done.
Very well. But so does that mean that you have only been in one industry that you've coached in, or several industries?
See, the beautiful thing about what we do is that we can work with a business in any industry, regardless. The thing about it, every single business, we want you to be unique, we want you to be special. So we're very happy when you come with those elements. But all businesses sit on the same chassis, as we call it, the business chassis. And we also refer to it as our 5 ways. All right, every business needs to generate leads or prospective customers. They need to be able to convert those leads into actual paying clients. Then we look at something we call our average dollar sale. How much on average does one customer spend with you? To the number of transactions. How often can one customer do business with you? Whether that's weekly, whether it's monthly, twice a year, etc. Then we look at what is going to be your profit margin. Those are the 5 areas that we pay keen attention to, and all businesses sit on that same chassis. So whether you're in the medical field, whether you are in whether you're a bakery, whether you're an auto mechanic, doesn't really matter. We can work with any business regardless of the industry that they're in.
That's true, following the chassis of
Business
a business.
chassis,
That's
correct.
good. So what are some of the things that you look for in a coaching client?
It's a beautiful question. Now, apart from our guiding elements in terms of, having like 1 to 5 employees, having a certain turnover, those are the criteria that are set. One of the things that I look for, particularly when I'm working with clients, 1, coachability. Coachability means that you are willing to unlearn what you knew, and sometimes even what you know, and you're willing to learn new things or relearn things you knew before and be able to put them into practice. So it means when you have your home fund to get done, you actually go and you get it done. When we discuss a change that needs to be made, you're willing to go and make that change, of course, going through the necessary channels and their due diligence as needed. Number 2, you must have a growth mindset. You might be surprised to know that some persons are just comfortable the way they are, how they are, and when they start to experience changes and growth, they themselves sometimes unconsciously sabotage their own growth because they're just not ready fit mentally. So when you have a growth-oriented mindset, you're not just thinking small based on what is currently happening now, but you have a mindset that, hi, my business can double, my business can triple. The question is, how do we do that versus if we can do that? And finally, you need someone who is consistent. And I believe consistency is the foundation for ambition, for drive, for passion, because you can have all of those other elements, and if you're not consistent, it doesn't really make a difference. So you want someone who's going to be consistent in coming to their sessions and getting their work done, in taking the small steps to actually get the results that they're looking for. And I believe that trumps just having the financial capabilities of getting a coach. Because you can have the money, you can pay for it, but if you do not have those elements, in my opinion, to work with you, then you're going to look at it as an expense, because you're going to be paying for something and you're not going to be getting the results. Because as I would remind the audience, with business coaching, we're not consultants. We're not going to come and do the work for you. We're going to teach you, train you, guide you, give you tools, principles that you can use to develop yourself so that you become capable. Because if not, then you become dependent on us. We can come and do it. You become dependent on us, and then you don't learn. And when there's another issue, what happens? you got to come to us again. So as Charles Branson says, if you learn to run one business really well, just paraphrasing here, then you can run any number of businesses. And that's what we want to encourage our clients and members to do. Learn to run this one well so that you can transfer that skills and knowledge into any other project that you may have.
There you have it. If you are coachable, you have a growth mindset, and you're willing to do the work, contact us to help you grow that business.
Up next, Brad Sugars and Perry Belcher talk about the science of marketing and personal development.
When was the moment that you think that really sunk to you?
Yeah.
And I told a story. My mom and I were living in this housing project, and one morning she got up to go to work. She worked in a nursing home as a nurse's aide. Literally, the French here, the shittiest job in the world. Bleep it out if you want to. But she had changed bedpans for a living. Yeah. I mean, it was an awful job, and just trying to put a roof over our head and feed us. And one morning I'm in bed, and she leaves to go out for work, and I hear this scream, and I'm terrified. And the car was probably, where we parked the car was probably 500 feet from the house. I heard it from my bedroom that far away. And I went out and walked to her, and she was sitting on the curb, and she just had her head down in her hands. Someone stole the battery off of her car, and she didn't have the money to buy another battery, and she just lost it for maybe 5 minutes. And she walked 3 miles to work that day. And she walked to work every day until the next paycheck where you buy a battery for the car. And I decided that day, I think I was 13 years old. I was 13. I was actually 13 because I lied to get a job saying I was 14. I got a job that day. I got a job bussing tables at Mr. J's Pancake House that day. And I'll never forget, I got a paycheck about 10 days later for $72 or something. And I went and bought $72 worth of groceries and brought them home. And it was the proudest moment, probably still today, of my whole life. But I think that day, I declared war on poverty.
Yeah.
I never really wanted to be rich. I was just damn sure I didn't want to be poor.
What is the Perry formula for success now? Like, what are your principles that lead to success?
It's changed a lot.
Yeah.
It's changed a lot. I started off in retail, then I went to manufacturing, then I went online, and then I went into education. And, so I've had like 3 or 4 seasons of my career. Today is all about finding the right partners.
Yeah.
For me, it's all about finding the right partners, building a business that is, that has longevity to it, that is definitely exitable. Because all the money that I have today, I didn't earn any of it. It all came as I spent that money. The money I earned, I know you live a pretty hot lifestyle. The money you earn, you tend to spend it, right? But when you exit, I call it Chinese money. It's a one-rump sum. You get, you get that big lump sum of money, and for whatever reason, you feel a responsibility to the money. That sounds crazy to people who haven't had an exit, but you're like, man, if I screw this up, I'm going to feel so stupid. So like every single dime I've ever earned from an exit is parked in investments. I've never spent a penny of it. So it just continues to multiply in passive investments. And then I live on my ordinary income and try to continue to put some back. But you tend not to put a lot back. Maybe you do. You're different than me.
You talk about capitalization. When you exit, it's a capital event.
Mm-hmm.
And the key to real wealth is capital events. There's no two ways around that.
Taxation tells you the other way, at a minimum.
When you're earning money, it's hard to put some away in most cases because people keep spending up to their earning capacity type thing. If you look at your 5 top things, though, that you preach and teach for success, take us through those.
They're really kind of corny sayings, but they're things I've learned over my life that I kind of rules I live by more than anything else. Number 1, just because you can doesn't mean you should. 2,
saying no to things is important.
Yeah, and if I can get over on you and make an extra $1,000, it doesn't mean I should. Just because somebody comes to you and they really want to work with you or whatever, and they're willing to pay whatever, you can take advantage of people that way if you want, but I think it's a bad idea. 2, if we're business partners and we have to split a nickel, I want to give you 3 cents every time. Rule 3 is you never know if the toe you step on today is going to be connected to the ass you have to kiss tomorrow. And that one, buddy, let me tell you, that's solid advice.
Yeah.
You know? And one that I've given a lot of other people, Mark Jenny, I don't know if you know Mark Jenny or not. He just did a interview with Noah Kagan, and I was sitting in a bathtub at home and I'm listening, and I realized it's him. He says, one night my friend Perry Belcher gave me the best advice. I'm like, who is that? You know? And Mark's worth a great deal of money now. I'm sure in excess of $100 million. But an old guy told me one time, he said, when you decide what you really want to do with your life, go see how many old, happy, rich people you can find that did that.
Huh.
And if you can't find very many, you probably ought to do something else.
Yeah.
And the last one is you can't put the shit back in the horse. So be sure whatever it is that you do, you know, or the way you treat people, you know, you never get a second chance to make a first impression.
Yeah.
Just if I can be in somebody's presence and make really good eye contact with them, and really if it's for 30 seconds, I want to know that I'm clear with them for that 30 seconds, right? And that I knew they were there and I was in their presence and we worked it out. And those are kind of the 5 that, as silly and basic as those sound, those are kind of the things that drive me overall. And then just really now just trying to find the very best partners to work with and seeing how many other people I can make wealthy.
Yeah.
Or help to make wealthy.
I had a guy teach me probably 10 years ago. He said, Brad, as you hit 40 and 50, you want to invest in 20-year-olds.
Exactly.
And the more 20-year-olds, because when you're 70, they're in their 50s and they're crushing life and they're paying for your life.
And you got all this knowledge and wisdom and got beat up 9,000 ways to get there.
Oh, yeah.
But your energy level's crap. You know, you get to be my age, you know, and your energy level certainly depletes, but your wisdom is at an all-time high. So now you got to find energy to pour that wisdom into.
So let's go back to those young people. What are the things that will make them successful? Like, what are the traits or what are the skills that they should know so that they can generate success?
Humility.
Take me more on that.
Above and beyond everything else. I think that really the people that are difficult for me right now, there's a sense of kind of a bit of a sense of entitlement.
Oh, yeah.
And I already know all that, and just give me the money and get out of my way, old man. I got this kind of thing. And that doesn't work with me, right? I think if I respect their hard work, but they have to respect my wisdom. You know, I think that humility, curiosity,
gotta want to learn.
If they don't read, if they can't tell me the last 5 books they read that impressed them and what impressed them about that book, I'm out.
Not investing.
I'm out. And you're not for me.
So if you look at success, what do you see as the relationship between failure and success?
I don't think you learn anything from success. I think you learn mostly from your mistakes. However, I do have a feeling that people operate, you know what a Bollinger Band is?
Yeah.
So I think people operate on like human Bollinger Bands. A Bollinger Band in the stock market means that the stock price is here and this is the high and this is the low, and stocks usually go like this.
Yeah.
And people do the same thing, right? So I think that when they, like if a lottery winner wins a lottery and they stretch the band really high, just like a stock, they usually come down really, really fast. If a billionaire loses all of his money, right, or her money, they usually come back up to wealth really, really fast. The bands are, in my opinion, like rubber bands. I think the thing about experience is once you have accomplished a certain thing, your limiting beliefs of that thing are much less captive of you.
Yeah.
I think people who haven't achieved $1 million business can't really conceive of it, or $100 million business, or a $1 billion business. I can't conceive of $1 billion business. Frankly, I can't. I would love to be able to, but I can't conceive of it because I haven't done it. someone that's the challenge of this whole, that's the challenge of everything. How do you trick your mind? How do you get your mind to stretch those bands without stretching them too fast so that the band pulls you back down? Because you're always going to come back to the mean, right? If the mean is growing like this, that's fine. And you're going to grow in waves, right? And that's the way that it is. But I think that when you do it a little more slowly, everybody wants to do it really fast, but when you do it a little more slowly, I think you stretch those bands out and they're a bit weakened. And when you fail a lot, guess what? It doesn't hurt so bad to try, right? There's so much.
The band has to have a bottom and then it has a top again.
It's got to have it, and you're not afraid to try again.